Yeah, go ahead. You're fine. I'm just sitting here to check to see if it linked properly and if it started properly or... Alright, we look like we're good. Mode I want. There we go. Alright, I'm gonna walk up. Head up to find Rebecca. That was easy. That was much easier than usual. I was like, that worked pretty well. But how's it going? You can see the location thing seems like it's working, at least so far. But, and Emperor Cusco welcomed you in.
I saw that. A lot of like the wait time for scrolling to top. So.
Yep. Well, that's mainly for me, to be perfectly honest. I don't care as much about the people being able to see it, but I want to be able to see it. But it did start the proper stream. That was kind of what I was worried about, so. But yes, you get to see the ducks. I'm already like molting, sweating, humidity, Florida humidity. I got a different gimbal and it's basically the same thing, but it's got the controls here and the thumbstick is in a different spot, and so it's throwing me, but we'll see. But we will see. Waiting to go in at Animal Kingdom. We're still ending up being over here earlier than I was really planning on.
It didn't take us any time to
get through and get done, because what time is it? Is it
7:43?
So we still got 20 minutes. I connected to Wi-Fi, and so it like actually updated all my email, because I had it set on this phone not to use data unless it's on Wi-Fi. But
We stopped at a pin board and I'll jump on it.
well, that's the mornings, that's how they go. But we'll see once we get going. I didn't check to see.
You take the case off of your phone?
Yes, because it fits better on there without the case. It also doesn't get as hot. See who else is already running this one. Yeah, because that was like... That's what I was forgetting to do as well. Let's test this and see. This is going to be a heavy testing day. There, it works. So we can actually see what the wait times are. I can see my actual app screen. It's kind of cool. And turn that off. Doing some testing this morning for those that might actually be joining. We're standing waiting for normal entry, non-early entry at Animal Kingdom this morning. Just testing out some stuff with the new phone and a little bit of new setup. I had shared it on Facebook already, but that's the one thing I should have gone ahead and gotten out was my batteries. I feel like I'm crooked. Yeah, like I'm totally... Oh, it's because I keep... Okay, I'm going to have to keep an eye on that. Can I lock it? No, that's that lock. Well, it's... There we go. Okay, I was in, like, the mode settings for the camera. Ouch. The snacks keep being in the way in my bag. Can you hold that for a minute? In this bag. I have too many bags. Actually plugged in. Should have done this before I started the stream. Whatever. Okay. One second. Great. Thank you. All right. Sorry, had to deal with some technical fun. But morning. Hi. I'm already molting this morning by quite a bit. It's hot. It's Florida. I should have known it was going to be hot, but we are waiting in line currently for the normal entry to go in. But, hey, Matthew. Good morning. Hope everybody's having a good day. We'll see how long we last today. It's going to be hot for us, at least. We're not Florida people, so. But we hope to bring you some fun in Animal Kingdom once they get fully open and going. But it is hot. But we're also testing out some new technology of stuff. So we've got the locations that should pop up based on where we are in the park, and then we also have the wait times up here, which I may not keep the wait times the whole time. The wait times may just be a temporary thing every once in a while when I want to know what the wait times are. So we will see. Let me pull the... I have to remember to pull down from here. Turn that off. Screen brightness down a little bit. There we go.
Ready to make the mad dash to Safari.
What? Yeah, we're making the mad dash to Safari. Oh, yeah, that's the close-up one. I don't want that. Still playing with the new phone as well, so who knows what craziness will ensue and what things I will do wrong. Probably all of the things. I just hope not to accidentally turn off the stream. That's the big one. But go back to wide here. Oh gosh.
Oh.
That's why I may have to switch back to the other gimbal. Because this one has a touch screen, and I'm like, okay, maybe I can go there so it won't. I'm accidentally hitting the touch screen is the problem. But I guess it's not really a mad dash to Safari. It's just going to be a ginger walk, is what I'm hoping.
Okay.
No, I don't want light control. So I've got to play with this gimbal. There's got to be a way to lock the screen, or there should be a way to like turn.
About the plant that's trying to grow out of the rock.
Hold on, what plant? It's up there. That's on the edge here. It's that one?
Yep.
So it almost looks like an onion.
I know. It's kind of bold.
Yeah, like there's like some sort of onion or something.
When you're standing around waiting, it's the little things that you notice.
That is true. That's one of the things that I've talked about that Sean does really good, is he'll note things that I've never seen before. And I'm like, what's going on? But welcome in, everybody. We're standing waiting in line for the normal entry at Animal Kingdom to open up. So we'll get going here in just a little bit. It's getting closer to time. But we're just sitting waiting. Well, Rebecca's sitting waiting.
I'm sitting.
You're sitting. You're enjoying the sitting. I'm killing my feet already for this long trip that we have planned. So we will see how it goes. But welcome in. We'll be getting Safari first. So we should be on Safari before too long. But go ahead, come in, say hello, hang out with us while we wait. Again, shouldn't be too much longer. Oh, my battery percentage did go up one while it was charging, which was one of my things I wasn't sure, because that's always been my issue, is keeping it going up instead of down when it's plugged in. But I'll have to keep an eye on the temperature too, because, you know, that's been a constant issue. I wasn't sure if this new phone would help or not.
Find out.
That's we will. Yeah, my increments on the bot push to the chat might still be a little bit too high. I thought it was supposed to wait 20 messages before it started that interval, but lots of new technology going on today. Technology is going to be the name of the game for today, and how much stuff I can screw up. Well, that's what it is. I would say it's a learning process, but hey, we made it. Are you sweating sitting down? Because I'm sweating standing up.
I'm not.
I can't see anything in my glasses. I keep waiting for them to stop fogging. My fogging glasses. Alright, yeah. I was like, I don't know if y'all can tell, but my glasses are like almost completely fogged on one side, so. But we should be getting close now. Ugh. I keep forgetting that I put the streaming phone in my left pocket because I'm going to have to use it left-handed, so I'm going to have to become ambidextrous really quick here. Yeah, Avatar's at 55 already. That's actually, though, not bad for the end of early entry, Avatar being at 55. So good morning, welcome in. People that are joining, feel free to say hello in the chat. We'll be going in here in a couple minutes at 7:54 local time here. We'll be headed to Safari first, so we'll be looking to get on Safari first thing. It does open with the normal park opening, but I can't remember, do the early entry people, do they get to go line up early over there, kind of like Tron, I guess? So we'll be in probably some of the first bunch of the normal entry to get on Safari, so it shouldn't be too long of a wait for Safari, but we will see. Oh no, I am. It's going to be down first thing this morning because they're going to have had some animal that slept on the path or something like that. I don't know. But we'll get going before too long here, as soon as they let us. About 5 more minutes. But come in, hang out, see the craziness. I did also send this to my class last night. I sent it and I was like, in case you want to see your insane professor and his nuttiness, join us. I did not assign it as extra credit. I figured that was probably in the moral gray area to say extra credit if you come in. I will though remember because Doy Holman gave us extra credit for going to his church on Sunday morning, so that would have been kind of in that gray area as well. So, but welcome in, hey everybody. Come in, hang out with us. We'll be headed to Safari here in a minute, hopefully. But that's
lower moderator.
What? How are you a lower moderator? What do you mean?
I'm moderator number 3.
Oh no, okay.
And your bot's number 1, and then Matthew's number 2.
So that is not. It's not a. It's not a moderator. That's points. There's a point system for how often you chat, and that's the points that you have. So if anyone else is confused, what Rebecca is asking me about is in the chat. There's these little crowns that show up, and some of you probably already know this, but there's crowns based on points of who chats the most. So if you chat the most, you will be crowned number 1, 2, or 3, and there's points. That's always, for me, I always try to be number 1 in those chats when I'm watching other people, so it is nice. But welcome in, hey everybody. We are like minutes away from opening here. We're like 3 minutes away from the normal entry opening. We'll be actually getting on a ride and actually seeing something here in a couple minutes and no longer looking at the backs of other people. But you can also just look at...
still be looking at the backs of other people.
Look at my beautiful wife, Rebecca. That's probably a better view than it... What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing, Gimbal?
You're going to have so much fun figuring that out.
Well, I don't know what happened to the gimbal. I think it's because I had the cord. It didn't like the way I had the cord hanging from it. I had issues with that a little bit, but it never just like straight shut down like that. But you went on a slight gimbal ride. That's what everyone else calls that when they have gimbal problems. Well, I try not to. Try not to. We'll see. I hope to not have to charge the phone the whole time, but based on my advice from good friends like Thad and Sean and others, just keep it plugged in at all times when you can. And as long
somebody already, you made them sick. They left.
Sorry, I made you sick. But see, we should pump the numbers up because I'm showing you. That should. Yes, it should. Well, remember when we stop and eat and we are just showing ourselves eating, rambling. That's when people join. So I wonder if there's some algorithm that it looks at food and it goes, people might want to see this because there's food. Go back.
We're not foodies and we don't eat interesting food, so sorry.
There we go. Alright, we're off. We're now actually moving. This is the, what I would call the unfun part of Disney to me, is the rope drop, because you have to walk in these mobs of people, and people just, for some reason, are not super polite in the mornings when they're striving to come into a park. But we're walking now, and we'll get there. And we'll get to Safari, and we will get on a Safari ride. We will see if it's showing a wait time here in a second across the top when it scrolls. But granted, Rebecca can get to a point if it thins out enough, she can come around and like sail past these people.
Welcome, adventurers.
But
it's time to
there's the tree and that nice blue sky.
I can't
See the blue sky behind the tree. Hopefully it stays blue. There is some forecast for rain this afternoon, so we will see. And we're on to Discovery Island. The overlay did work. So there's lots of technology that's being tested today, as well as my own endurance and my own ability. The trash can pins.
You ready to have a wild time? Go on. It's a jungle out there.
Go on, it's a jungle out there. But again, we're headed to Safari first thing this morning. Safari is definitely our favorite ride. At Animal, it may be our favorite ride, period. People Mover might be a close second or first. There may be some other stuff there. But Big Thunder's probably the number one, but at least for Rebecca. But we're headed to Safari first thing. And then we will see. We really don't have plans. We're going to try to take it easier today, just since it's our first day, but we don't do a very good job of taking it easy. We're kind of crazy. We like to go, go, go. But, whew. And Rebecca's already making me sprint this morning. The scooter speed is normally just a hair above what I want walking speed, but it normally pays off because she'll stop by and look at pins on our way. So I'm sure she's gonna go pinning over there, and I'll meet her over here on the right at the pin board on the right. We have it somewhat down to a science, but you can see the pin board. And definitely first thing in the morning is a good time. I think because we're past early entry, it's probably there's not anything grand, but let's take a look at the pin board. Morning! It's like I have like 3 of those stitches. I'm not pulling another one of those stitches.
Here.
So my pin trading is 100% stitches. All I do is pull stitches off the board if they're on the board, so I don't do anything other than that. Rebecca does more, I would call it serious pin trading, but it's still more casual. But she is collecting a lot of the collections, but she doesn't really care whether it's a real pin or not. It can be fake. That's just part of the fun. But welcome in, everybody. Feel free to interact in the chat if you want to ask questions or hang out, say hello, ask us that you want us to do something today. Maybe we'll be able to do it. We should have plenty of time at the Animal Kingdom. We are headed to the safari this morning. We usually, if we have early entry, we normally start off with Avatar, but with not having early entry on this trip, we start off with Safari. We like Avatar, but it's not the most amazing ride ever, so we're not going to stand in line for it. So unfortunately, I highly doubt we would do it today unless something crazy happens. But we're just following this mob of people. I haven't seen my wait time scroll back around to see if it's showing the Safari wait time yet, but it should show up there at the top here in just a second. It's probably showing an outrageously low time at the moment, but it will update. So let's see if it's showing on here. Nope, it's still not showing. It should be showing. I don't know the way it's refreshing that data. It may be a little bit behind, but we'll see. I can't remember how it does with the refresh on rides that were down and come back up, but again, it's the first time I've been able to use the wait times, so. Whew. Now into Africa. It's saying 15 minutes. It's probably, will be up pretty quick. Thanks for the feedback, Sony 4K. I will always take the feedback. I feel like the wait times is really just for me, that I put it up on the screen so that I can see the wait times without having to dig in a pocket and pull out my other phone. The location is mainly just to get everybody so they actually know where we are. Because it seems like that's a big question when people pop in, is where are you? And so it's always nice to have it there. But definitely thanks for the feedback on the graphics. See, we must not have the extended loop open yet if they're saying this is 15. Morning, Sierra. I was wondering when you were going to pop in. I figured at some point you would make an appearance. But Sierra, one of the amazing friends that I constantly stalk and watch her streams to see what her technology is doing and be envious of how amazing it is. So definitely check her out. Links to all friends and other channels in the description of the video. But appreciate everybody coming in. I'm already hot and sweaty this morning. Okay, hold on. So what was your comment was?
You look disgusting.
I look disgusting. So apparently I already look disgusting this morning. High praise from my wife.
We've been here for 30 minutes.
Alright, let's switch back to the front. Yeah, I do kind of look disgusting. I will give her that. There's a lot of sweat on my head. I probably should have worn the hat. The hat probably would have at least caught some of it so that I wasn't quite as crazy. But welcome in, everybody. We will be getting on safari here in just a couple minutes. Gotta hit the right buttons. There we go. I'm always hot and sweaty. Are you talking about how hot and sweaty I am? I was hot and sweaty when we were here in like January and February, and it was like 50 degrees outside. I was still hot and sweaty. It's part of called me. I wish I could say it was Florida and blame it on Florida, but it's not. It is 100% just me. Alright, we are in line, so I'm going to pull off the location overlay. Oh, wrong location. I want that one. It's the wait times. That one. That we're going to pull off.
Welcome you to the Harambe Wildlife Reserve, one of the largest and most beautiful animal parks you will visit anywhere. Our mission is to conserve and
we're going to come back to just the
of the great savannas of Africa, and of course, to share it with you. Today,
I love Safari.
Kilimanjaro Safaris will
If I can keep
take
my
you
charger
on a
actually
journey
plugged into my
into
pocket,
the
that works
heart of
too.
the reserve to see some of the
But
many
we would do
remarkable
Safari.
animals that call the savannah home. Seeing animals in their natural habitat
Sure?
can be one of the most rewarding
Saying there was a
and
truck going the wrong
memorable
way?
experiences of your life. But to see animals in their natural surroundings, you
Yeah,
must
Sierra,
be
so
alert
far so
and
good. It
keep your
did
eye
start the proper stream in prison, even though they all had the same stream key, and that was my main worry, was that it wasn't going to start the right one. But it did start the right one.
Keep your group together.
But
Keep up with the party in front of you and fill in all the available space. It is not necessary.
should be on Safari within 5 minutes. So I didn't start the wait time, like my timer when we got in line. You're going to have to remind me that, because I want to do that too.
If you are
Gizmos,
traveling
you set up with that.
Sorry.
please have
I've been
See,
playing with it for months, so I don't know what you're doing now.
this will help keep your wait
I have
time.
to give you a tutorial, because when we come back with your mom on the days I don't come, you can go and stream without me.
Keep up with the party in front of
no
you
way you would do
and
it,
fill
but-
in all the available space. Thank you for touring with Kilimanjaro.
I'd pull
When
at
it
you
comes
and
to
just be
Safari,
talking to myself for an
we
hour.
know
Well,
I'd be recording.
so Rebecca is referencing the very first stream that we ever did that was here at the Animal Kingdom, that I did 4 hours, and it didn't actually start the stream, so I did 4 hours nothing,
Talking to yourself.
talking to myself. But hey, it was fun talking to myself. I apparently have lots of internal thoughts. My wife is rolling her eyes at me because I do like to talk. That's what I knew she was about to say. My wonderful wife knows me way, way too well.
Kind of the point of being married, dear.
Yeah, well. But we should be going before too long. We'll get to see some animals, and hopefully they will be out this morning and about. It's good time for Safari. First thing in the morning is always a good time to hit up Safari. Yeah, I'm definitely going to have to turn off the interval on that. I can probably just turn off the bot.
You still want it?
Yes, here I definitely messed up something with the bot because it's messaging too often. So he's going to go bye-bye. Assuming that I can actually get into my computer at home to turn it off. And of course I'm not logged into my Google account properly. That's going to be annoying. Zoho, there we go. Well, good morning, everybody. Thanks for coming in, watching with us. We are about to get on Safari here in a moment. Back. But we'll be getting on Safari here in just a second. Sorry, I'm trying to do some technical stuff because it's always me and it's always technical problems.
I've ridden it twice on this trip, both on the left, just by,
I'm trying to one thing about traveling with the scooter is that they give you the option here to either park it and just walk down or to go down to the other area. We usually always try to park it. Yeah, we're all about the parking. Go ahead and pull so we're out of the way. So they have you pull off here and park it. I'll let her go.
Alright, you can honestly stop right there, take the key, and then you're going to head down the right side as well.
Please note the 4 circles at the feet for each row of the zone.
Thank you.
Each row can comfortably seat 4.
Got that.
Children may be seated next to or on the lap of their parents.
Probably like mouthing my password here. There we go. So I did make it into my computer so that I can turn off the chat. I'll do that here in a minute. Whew. I am really hot and sweaty. So I do see my first issue where it's saying I'm on the Gorilla Exploration Trail, and I'm definitely not on the Gorilla Exploration Trail. We are on Safari. But it should update here in a second based on the location. There it went back to Africa. The fan.
Stayed there, back.
We're only loading one side this morning.
And it's still only a 15 minute one.
Uh-huh.
I mean, it's 8:12, so...
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. They'll have the other side rolling here in a second, and that'll accelerate that line some more. And these, like, the vehicles hold a lot of people, so... I got too much stuff going on in my head currently. Whew. It's a bit toasty today for me. Yeah, those attractions are close together, Sierra, and I just wasn't sure how accurate my location is going to be as part of the problem too. I'm using the secondary phone for the location, so I was hoping it would be a little bit closer. It would also help conserve power on the main camera phone. But we will see. We'll see how it goes. I'm interested to see how it does on Safari because I put a whole bunch of pins for the locations to see if it would show Safari. Well, no, I didn't do it like label it for each area, but it should show that we're on the Safari the whole time once we get on the trail. But we'll see. May work, may not work. Get rolling. Get loaded on and get some Safari time.
And legs inside, and remember to watch your children. Your transport will be arriving shortly.
Welcome.
Cool.
Welcome aboard.
Okay. And we will be off here in just a second.
All right, my friends, as you're finding your final seats, please watch your hands, arms, feet, and legs. The doors are sliding closed on the right side.
Driver, doors closed, all clear.
All right, to Wendy, my friends. That is Swahili for let's go. Thank you, Arden. Bye. All right, good morning, friends. Good morning, and Jumbo. My name is Nicole. I'm going to be your safari tour guide today through the Harambe Wildlife Reserve. Couple quick things. Just please keep your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the vehicle at all times. I'm sure you're familiar with that one. But also, whether we're driving or stopped or anything in between, just please remain seated at all times. I appreciate you guys. Just no standing. We got this. Now we are going to start off by diving into the little tree forest here. Now I love the forest area. It's very green, very calming.
See if the Okapi is out there somewhere. It does not look like it. Okapi must be hiding. There's no Gazelle on the left. So they must be down here a little bit further. No animals in this. A squirrel. There's a squirrel. I found a
Now,
squirrel.
a couple quick things also that I feel like I could mention here since we have a moment. Ooh, there's a rhino on the left side. We're gonna make our way down there. Now, also, I see some of you are really great. You got your cameras ready. That is good. So I definitely recommend if you haven't done that, do that now real quick. You don't want to miss anything. I'll definitely stop when I can, but unfortunately I just can't stop for everything because there's quite a lot out here. But also, even if we do stop, the animals might not stop sometimes. They keep walking usually. So just kind of be ready for anything. But now that we made our way around this curve, if you look up on the hillside on the left, there is that beautiful black rhino.
Come on, exposure.
Now the black rhino is one of 5 rhino species left on the planet. They are still endangered, but thanks to conservation efforts, their numbers are improving, which is good. But they have a triangular shaped upper lip, which is prehensile in movement, and that's basically a fancy word meaning that it's finger-like in movement. They're really good at ripping leaves off branches. Now you can see up ahead, we're getting closer, there are some bongo making their way down the hillside on the left.
Everything on the left because I'm on the right.
These are chestnut-colored antelope right here past the bamboo with the spiral horns. So these are the bongos. Now they have those spiral horns that point back like that, and that's so they can dive into the bushes. They're really good at crawling through tight spaces. But they have those thin white stripes on their backs as well, and that's to mimic the rays of the sun. That is how they camouflage, which is really cool. So now we're going to cross over into what's known as the Softy River area. And along the way, I also like to just give a quick 2-second shout out to all the bamboo that we've seen, because I know there was a lot of it in the forest. You're going to keep seeing it everywhere. And that's because it's really sustainable. So whenever you guys can make a switch to a bamboo-friendly product, it's definitely encouraged. I've heard good things about the toilet paper. But over here we have some beautiful pink-backed pelicans on the right side in the trees. Those are the gray pelicans. They get their name because they have patches of pink under their wings and on their backs. They also get them on the tops of their bills during mating season, so it's like they're blushing. Now it looks like there's also a couple of gray ovals in the water here on the right side. Those are the hippopotamus. And over on the left side, it's a whole float of hippos. There's a few more over here snoozing away.
Sorry, guys. They're right behind.
They're so cute. I like when they use each other as pillows. That's cute. Now the term hippopotamus comes from the term river horse, and that is because they can walk, run, and gallop under the surface of water, even though they can get upwards of 5,000 pounds. Their average weight is usually about 2,500 to 5,500 pounds, so essentially a small car. But they can hold their breath underwater for several minutes. They can even sleep underwater if they so choose, and their bodies will automatically surface them for air. But yes, a group of hippos is known as a bloat, and it looks like there's a few more out here on the left. You can see them just under the water.
Back there.
And it does look like if you keep looking to the left, we have some Nile crocodile out and about a little bit. Very still, honestly, very stealthy. But you can see that one against the back wall, and then there's the one in the water to the left side. Now they are the largest living reptiles in Africa. They get up to 16 feet long, but you can also see all those beautiful bumps all along the back sides and the tops of the tails. Those are actually bones underneath their scales, so it's very much like their armor. And they're very tough creatures, those Nile crocodiles.
Oh, goodness.
Alright, my friends, now we're about to make our way to the savannah in just a moment, but along the way, I always like to introduce this really cool tree on the right side. This is a baobab tree. Now, you'll see several of them out here. This one's actually the smallest, but they're always massive in size, and they always look like they're upside down, and that's because they remain leafless for up to 9 months out of the year. That's how they survive droughts. They conserve their
View
water.
of the savannah.
Now, I know it's probably going to be pretty toasty again today, as predictable. Please conserve your water as well. Drink lots of water, friends, but also I highly recommend enjoy some ice cream. It's never too early.
Well,
But now that we're coming down to the savannah, we can already see some really great species. I'm going to start over on the right side because we have a couple really small antelope tucked in the corner over here on the right. These are called springbok antelope. They're those small ones with the light brown tops for this truck. Now out on the right side though, I know amongst the trees walking back by the hillside, we can see that beautiful Maasai giraffe. So hopefully we'll get a little
I'm
closer.
hoping we'll get to see the giraffes.
They get up to 18 to 20 feet tall. And then also coming up
Got
real
one
close to
right
us on
here
the
on
right
the
side, we have these
check out
gorgeous
right here
Ankoli
close.
cattle.
It's gonna be right here.
And I love the Ankoli cattle because they have those massive horns. Those horns can get up to 6 to 8 feet wide. So here's one right on the right side next to us.
He's a big boy.
Now what's really cool too is both the males and females have those horns,
Another one
but they
coming up
have a
here.
honeycomb structure inside.
These guys are
So that's
here
how
real
they stay
close
cool.
today.
The oxygen kind of circulates. Oh, and then over on the left side, there are some sable antelope. Yeah, they snuck up on the little side road there. Now the sable antelope out there,
giraffes.
they have those long, thin horns curved back. Those horns get up to 5 feet long. They use them for sparring or fending off predators. But here we are coming through some giraffes. So you can kind of see them, especially as they're munching away. You can see them using those prehensile tongues, ripping the leaves off the branches.
Just hanging out. Betty.
So the giraffes, they also have those prehensile tongues, just like the rhino live. So again, that means they're finger-like in movement, ripping leaves off the branches, of course. But giraffes have 18-inch long prehensile tongues, which is about your fingers up to your elbow, which does, yes, mean that they can technically lick their own eyeballs. It's very interesting. So we're gonna come around. It looks like there's another giraffe ahead of us on the hillside, so we'll get closer to that one. But then out on the right side, we have those beautiful zebra out there. Those are the Hartman's mountain zebra, and they have unique stripe patterns like fingerprints, and the giraffes actually have the same thing with their spot patterns. They're also unique like fingerprints. But a group of giraffes is called a tower, and a group of zebra is also known as a dazzle.
A dazzle. May not be able to see much there with the sun.
Also, if you were wondering if giraffes are black with white stripes or white with black stripes, we actually do know the answer. They are indeed black with white stripes, and you can tell from the color of their noses.
Let's see which loop we go. Go the right loop or left loop. We've been cut a couple times that way.
All right, my friends. Now, as we continue, there's some debris on the ground on the left side, and a tree that looks like it's been pushed over on the right. We are looking for the beautiful African elephants, and they're making it really easy. They're right in front of us. I love that for you. So when we come through this rock structure, you're going to have the first elephant towards the right side, a little closer to us, facing away, and then there's another one up ahead by the water we'll get closer to. But these are the African elephants. They do indeed push over trees when they need to get to the foliage at the top sometimes. They're what's known as a keystone species. So their survival is pretty essential to the survival of the entire savanna ecosystem because their actions, like pushing over trees, help other antelopes and other species below them. But these are some beautiful elephants. Now, it looks like these ones might be female based on their size. Because females are about 8 feet tall, 8,000 pounds. Males can get upwards of 10 feet tall, 13,000 pounds. But you can also see those beautiful tusks. Now, the tusks are going to be the elongated incisor teeth. They grow continually throughout the elephant's lifetime. Now, both the males and the females, as you now know, as you can see, they both have those tusks. Now, as some of you may know, the tusks are the reason that they were poached for so long. It's why their population decreased so rapidly the way it did. Now there has been an ivory ban in years past, which is helping their population increase little by little. But one of the reasons it's not increasing faster, and why they're still endangered all this time, and also it's why a lot of animals are endangered now, is from deforestation. So a lot of their territories are being mined for material called coltan. Now elements of coltan are going to be found in all of our smartphones and tablets and devices. So essentially everything we use with a screen. That includes laptops, televisions, gaming systems. If it has a screen, it has coltan. So the best way we can help out is to just recycle our devices responsibly. Just kind of know where it's going, because we can reuse coltan. We can take it from the old outdated devices and put it in the new devices, and it works exactly the same. So our goal is to eliminate mining for coltan and to just keep reusing what we have.
I don't know if there'll be any
Now
over
we are
here.
kind of starting to look for some more elephants, but I know it's
they're
pretty
out
early,
feeding
so I
them.
don't see any quite yet
Yeah.
over here. Also, it looks like they're still
There's a keeper in the
getting
wild.
those snacks ready.
Keepers in the wild are always a favorite.
So we're gonna go through this rock structure. You're gonna see a couple of really massive baobab trees over on the right side, and there's gonna be one on the left as well. But what I always like to note for you, because you're gonna collect so many amazing animal experiences today. So as you go throughout your day, I think it's important to remember that conservation is working, and that's a really good, important thing to feel. That's good. We are slowly improving the populations for all of the endangered species little by little. So the elephants, the rhinos, the giraffes, but also the bongos, etc. There's a whole lot. Just keep making those eco-friendly decisions every day. They are a step in the right direction. As Disney would say, we just have to keep
another
moving
keeper in the wild.
forward. So now we are going to make this loop around these crater flamingos over on the left side. And a group of flamingos has one of the greatest animal group names. It's a flamboyance of flamingos. Do you guys know how flamingos get their pink color? Yeah, it's the shrimp and the algae, all kinds of things that they eat. Now, if you look up on the horizon underneath that food basket way back there, there's one more elephant back there, it looks like, but it is facing away from us. It looks like there's a little bit of another one. But yeah, so the flamingos, when they eat, they dip their heads underwater and they eat upside down. Underwater, upside down.
I don't eat underwater upside down. I try not to do that.
That could be dangerous for you.
That could be. See if there's any more rhino over here.
So through the trees on the left, you see that really big elephant reaching for the
Won't be able to
basket of
see it,
food.
but let me see if. I'm hoping the rhinos might
Now,
be
I
around
also like
this
to note,
side.
because it is a very nice early morning safari. And as much as we've seen, if you were hoping to see more or you didn't quite see the things you were hoping to see, no worries. We are here all day. I highly recommend. Come on back. Give it a few hours or come back this afternoon. As you can see, the animals are real. They wander around. So
there's a
every
cheetah
safari
moving.
is different.
The likelihood
Also,
you guys will
if
be
you
able to see the
decide
cheetah
to
moving
come
is
back,
no.
you will get different safari drivers, and we have different packs, so you might not hear the same thing over and over. But yes, I always recommend.
I did see the cheetah moving, so the cheetah does exist.
And then yes, I see that you guys, I kind of hear you guys back there. We see the cheetah over on the left side, patrolling the hillside here. Looks like there's 2 cheetah over there. Now the cheetahs are a little bit smaller for a big cat species, and they're aerodynamic. They're built for speed, so they can get up to speeds upwards of 60 miles an hour. And their claws actually never fully retract, and that is so they can grip the ground and go faster.
That's why they're
Now I think they're kind of patrolling
right
a
on
little
the
bit because they're like, hey, what are these water buck antelope up to? Because also on the left side, very close to us, on this side of the hill, we have the beautiful water buck antelope. Oh, grazing away. So the water buck antelope, I like that they have that cute little white circle pattern around their tail. It's kind of funky. But they get their name because they drink a lot of water. Turns out they drink 2 to 3 times a day, whereas most antelope species drink once every few days. I'm glad we caught it. So through the bushes on the left, there is a white rhino making its way out here.
They must have just let them out.
Perfect. There's a couple. Oh, let me go forward a little bit so you can kind of see through the trees here, through the bushes. Now remember we saw that beautiful black rhino on the forest, has the prehensile upper lip, can rip leaves off branches. The white
I had never
rhinos do
seen
not
the
have
rhinos
that.
back
So
that
they have
far.
a much wider mouth.
Let's see if we can find some lions.
They can only
see 'em.
graze on the ground. So now you
see
guys
some
know the
lions
difference
roar.
of the rhinos. It's nothing to do with their color, it's all on how they eat. And then very poised on the front of this hill here we have the beautiful African lions.
Yawning.
So we've got the female here, the male back there a little bit. They're all yawning, which makes sense because they're nocturnal hunters. So they usually sleep about 16 to 20 hours during the day. But this is a beautiful pride of lions. There's 2 females and a male.
They're just chilling up there on the rocks.
You can tell that male is a little bit younger too. The mane is a little smaller. He's working on it.
Slowly but surely.
I don't blame him. It's early in the morning to be tired, though. Little girl in the back said, "I'm tired too." See if we see the warthogs out. We don't see them very often.
So I'm looking on the left side. I don't see the warthogs themselves, but we can tell this is warthog territory because of these burrows all around. Now the
We've been hit or
warthogs
miss
have
on the
2
warthogs.
sets of tusks that they use with their snouts and their feet to dig out those burrows. But overall, they are
it's like
super
I didn't think they'd have made
intelligent.
it.
They're social. They're non-territorial.
So let's see
Overall, I
if the
feel like that all adds up. So they're just a pretty chill species. Not a whole lot bothers
that have
them.
been here forever.
In fact, if they find
see.
a burrow that's been abandoned by an aardvark, they'll just move into that. They don't even need to build their own homes. But I do believe they might be kind of snoozing in inside those burrows.
She was a good driver, but she didn't fake off. That is literally, I feel like, how I judge them by.
Alright, now we are crossing over into our final area here.
Final area.
This is called Magadi Glen.
We get to
And
see
I
the
really
dwarf
like
goats.
Magadi Glen because it's a nice peaceful bookend to that forest we started out in, very green and shaded. And over here on the left, there's the warden's post, and scattered all around, you can see all these cute Nigeria dwarf goats hanging out. Now they have a great sense of balance, so they're really great at climbing, but they're also excellent for farming because they're dairy goats.
See goat milk.
Now another
See
cool
goats.
part of this area, if you look in front of the warden's house at that yellow box suspended by chains, that is a section of a beehive fence. Has that tin roof to it. Now that saved a lot of farmers a lot of trouble. So how it started was the farmers in Africa were having a lot of issues with elephants in particular, migrating through their crops. And the elephants would eat the crops, and that was frustrating. That was loss of income to the farmers and their families. Now, meanwhile, here in Animal Kingdom, the researchers here were further understanding
cast
how the
member in her
elephants
natural
communicate
habitat,
together. And they discovered that the elephants can specifically communicate to each other where the bees are, and they go around the bees. They avoid bees, just like us. So the farmers and the researchers got together, and after collaborating with this information, they came up with the solution of that beehive fence back there. So now, the farmers line the perimeters of their crops with the beehive fences, and it works out, because the elephants can sense and feel the vibrations of the bees as they walk around. The farmers' crops are now safe. They also get a bonus secondary income from the honey, and we save bees, which is really important.
I know bees are important, but I don't like them.
It's one of many, many stories thanks to the Disney Conservation Fund, which is celebrating 30 years this year, my friend. So if you'd like to contribute, you are welcome to do so. Throughout your day today, if you go to any merchandise location or quick service food location, you can round up your change, which is super convenient, or donate any dollar amount you'd like, and Disney will match your donation penny for penny. And every time you donate, you get a really cool button. It's an anniversary button, so I recommend it. Now we're going to squeak into the end. Just remember, conservation is working, friends. Feel that good feeling. Don't forget to drink lots of water and eat lots of ice cream. Thank you. You are welcome. All right, watch your hands, arms, feet, legs. The doors are sliding open on the right side. Watch that step down, but have an amazing animal
Thank you very
adventure
much.
day.
Alright, we're gonna get off here and then I will talk to some of you guys for a second here. Welcome in, everybody. We have 40 people watching, by the way.
Nice.
Welcome in, and thanks for coming in and watching with us today. We just finished the safari. I don't know what we want to do now. It was showing 20 minutes is what at least my scroll if we want to. So we'll see what the line looks like, but we may come down here and just do it again.
I know we talked about.
But we got time.
Spookies doesn't
Yeah.
open until 9, right?
Yeah, so we've got time. I think it was 9:30.
Oh, okay.
If anybody knows in the chat, then look up when Rafiki's Planet Watch opens, because we talked about doing it. I think it opens either at 9 or 9:30. Do you want the scooter or do you just want to walk it? I mean, it's right there, so it wouldn't take you anything to grab. I'll go ahead and start walking this way a little bit. But welcome in, everybody. I'm going to spin around so you can look at my unfortunateness because I'm hot and sweaty already. But welcome in. Thanks for coming in and joining us. Hope you're having a good day so far. We're roaming around the animal kingdom. It has been quite a while. We took a summer off, so we haven't been here in 2.5 months since June, 3 months, however long that is. So we're gonna bring you some fun in Animal Kingdom is the goal. We just did safari. We're planning to possibly do safari again, but we're gonna check what the posted wait time is. I know my scroll bar up there at the top is showing 20 minutes, but it's not always the exact accurate. I haven't figured out because I know a couple other people are using it, but I'm not using it. So, but I use it specifically to know what the wait time is. So we'll find out here in just a second. But it looks like it's probably 20 based on the people. So, but bear with me as we walk through here. I know there's lots of people around, so trying to be respectful of them and have my ugly photo here instead of them. But let's see to see if it's showing 20 here. There's tons of people coming through. Yeah, it's still showing 20.
If you're in a stand on the stroller, stay with you.
There we go. Let's go ahead and do 20. It maybe there's a lot of people coming, so it'll probably bump up. But even 20, 25, yeah. Morning. So, yeah. So I did see some people. We had some people that subscribed. So I will try to roll back and find you. Timothy, thanks for subscribing. Nab54, thanks for subscribing. Definitely consider subscribing and possibly liking the video. If you subscribe and hit the notification bell, you'll get notifications when we're live. We will be live. We'll see how much we're going to be live over the weekend and into next week. We're going to be here all of this week, or coming week. I guess it's still Saturday, so technically next week starts tomorrow. But we will be here and we'll be streaming. So I'm not going to stream everything. I may. I don't know. We'll see how much fun we have with it. See how many people we bring along with us.
Probably will until he gets tired of it. Probably for quite a while.
My wife is lecturing me about how often I get tired of things. But again, welcome in. Thanks for joining. Feel free to chat, ask us questions, tell us how crazy we are.
We already know.
We don't. Yes. She was saying we already know how crazy we are, but you can let us reassure us with that. But just as a reminder, we try not to talk on rides, so we won't interact with you when we're on rides, just out of respect for other guests. But feel free to chat and interact with us as we're standing in line, because it's the greatest time killer there is. I wish I had like fun facts. I need like I can pull up my other phone and do like fun facts about Kilimanjaro Safari. My problem is I'm holding my other phone with my left hand, and I am not ambidextrous at all, and I cannot type with my left hand.
Jumbo,
Yes.
and welcome to Kilimanjaro
Set up
Safaris.
some.
In order to keep your wait time to a minimum,
Dinosaur is still showing 5. Everest is showing 5 as well. Navi is, yeah, Navi is down. I'm gonna set an alert for Kilimanjaro at 15 just to see. We also had Mike from the gym that subscribed. Thanks, Mike from the gym. Trying to catch up on my other phone. But definitely thanks everybody that's new and subscribed. Really appreciate it. Helps. I guess it's a free way for you to help support us. Not really support us, but just make us feel better, I guess. I don't know. We're not really serious about streaming. We're just having fun with it. It's not for it's not really, well, and we don't really plan. We're not here enough. We're not here enough like the awesome person that just jumped in here, Thad, Theme Park Giant, who streams every day from a theme park Monday through Friday in the Orlando area. Welcome in, Thad. Thanks for coming in, checking out my madness. I wondered if you were going to do a surprise stream, because I know you mentioned it yesterday. You said you might try to come to one of the parks on Saturday, but I guess since you're in my chat, you decided not to. But I hope you're feeling better. I know the allergies have been getting to you. I really enjoyed getting to watch Thad stream yesterday while I was driving down. I was listening to it, we'll say it that way. I did have the video on while I was driving, but I wasn't really watching it. But it was great to kill some of the time in our 12-hour drive down from Nashville.
In the pouring rain.
The rain was only
30 car.
So the rain was only the end, but at the end, kind of once we got into Florida, there was some heavy rain, and unfortunately, there were several accidents that happened in front of us, so it slowed us down a little bit from normal. But the safari line is looking like it's probably close. Again, I forgot to start the actual timer, but whatever. Yeah, get some rest, Dad. I want to make sure that I bump into you / probably stalk you next week to get to actually see you and say hey while I'm down here. I gotta go check to see what you've got scheduled, to see where you're gonna be, to see where we're gonna be.
See where we're gonna be.
No, I watched that enough. We go find Thad. We will make our availability for him. I do figure we'll probably bump into Sean at some point because he's all over the place. But don't know where everybody is today. We'll see who we bump into, see who's around. Definitely take a look at the other streamers in the Disney Streamer Network. Links are down in the description of the video. There's tons of people that stream from the Disney parks, and they do it much more regularly and much more professional than I do. So if you're looking to get your fix when we're not around, definitely check out Theme Park Giant, Cruise and Theme Park Guide that have been in the chat already. Amazing creators that have great content from the parks. And we'll get to walk you around, and you'll get to see basically anything and everything the parks would have to offer. Ooh, those fans are nice. It was mentioned earlier, but I'm a hot and sweaty person, so we'll go back to the front camera. So you can see, I look like I just got out of the shower. We'll get away from that. We might lose everybody. There we go. It's Florida heat. I'm just not. I was born in Florida, but I'm not a southern person. So, but yes, Dad, I will obnoxiously probably come running, yelling your name if I see you. So just a fair warning. I will obnoxiously be like, "Hey, Dad!"
No, he won't, because that would draw too much attention.
My wife is correcting me and mentioning that I talk a big game, but
when it comes to safaris, we know why.
We can check out some birds. Check out again the keeper in his natural habitat. Little kid behind us was asking if this was a roller coaster. So yeah, this is definitely, I definitely don't think this is going to have been 20. we'll see.
It might be another 15.
Yeah, maybe 15.
But I'll take it.
So we commented as we were driving to get here, we were like, Safari is one of those that if it was a 15-minute wait, we would ride it all day over and over and over again. It's one of our favorites, definitely, at Animal. It's a good long ride. The seats are mostly comfortable. There's a little bit of joggling from the Safari cars, but it's definitely amazing. But thanks everybody for coming in and joining us on our craziness. Myself, David, and Rebecca on the scooter, bringing you all the fun from the Animal Kingdom Park, or trying to. Playing around with technology is always fun and a challenge, so who knows what can ever happen. But so far so good, at least from my perspective. I haven't had anybody say anything, and it does look like we got about 55 friends in here watching with us, so we got a lot of folks hanging out with us today. We will bring you the magic as long as we can today. We kind of don't really have much of a plan for today. There is some rain scheduled for this afternoon. We normally try to, the way I said rain scheduled from this afternoon, I make it sound like we had it like planned. It was on the agenda. There's some possibility of rain this afternoon, so we may cut off a little bit early today to avoid the rain. We did talk about going over to the Animal Kingdom Lodge, so we might do that, especially if it rains. Kind of see, but you can see the sneak peek of the Safari vehicles. I don't feel like they normally have those windows open. Do they normally have those windows open? So that's always the one thing that we have said that is one of the challenges. Comes down, parks.
Did you want to park back here? She will not be able to. Thank you so much. You guys can head down this road.
Thank you.
That's like when I started.
Like, I think we ended up in the middle of a group. So it might have to shift, but I don't know. I can't tell. Maybe, maybe not, but... Maybe kill the location overlay. I was gonna let them rejoin, but I don't know if they were together. Maybe they weren't. Yeah, I love how my auto message that is the best way to support this channel and like is encouraging people to subscribe is misspelled.
Keep your whole party together.
Yes, they were. Oops, sorry. I stepped on you. I always end up stepping on you. Sorry. I got the glare because I stepped on her shoes. Let's see if I can end up being on the left side this time instead of the right. Because all the animals were on the left side. I was trying to...
They'll be on the right this time.
Probably. But welcome in, everybody. Just as a reminder, once we get on, we will not be talking or interacting with the chat. Just out of respect for everyone else that is riding. We want them to have the best experience possible. So. Yeah. Sorry. Thank you. There we go. We got a good spot.
Karen, Booty, my friend.
Carabooty means welcome. So welcome.
All the way over.
All right, everybody, do me a favor. If you're sitting on that left-hand side, slide all the way on over. My friends on the right, watch your hands, arms, feet, and legs. Those doors are sliding closed. Something's on boarded. Friends, that means thank you. Something else we say here is twende, which means let's go. So, Carabooty, my friends, welcome aboard the Safari. My name is Jordan. I'm going to be your Safari driver today. How are we doing, everyone?
This is going to be a fun one.
This morning. Well, friends, we are going to have so much fun out there today. But before we head out, a few words of housekeeping. For the safety of yourself and any wildlife we may encounter out there, I ask that you please keep your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside of this truck at all times. I also ask that you remain fully seated throughout the duration of our trip together. Friends, this is a very real truck. I'm a very real driver. And I like to say I'm pretty good at what I do, but it can get a little bumpy out there, so let's just make sure we are staying safe and keeping our butts in our seats. Now, do I have any first-time safari riders on board today? Any first-time safari riders? Yes, amazing, amazing. Welcome in and welcome back to my friends who've joined us before. I'm going to direct your attention up there to that animal spotting guide above your head then. That gives you a little sneak peek at some of the animals we may encounter out there. Of course, I can't promise we'll see all of them, but we will do our best to see as many as we can. And we have been given the all clear, my friends, so here we go. Our safari has begun. Now to start today, we are heading through the Little Aturi Forest, home of a lot of dense shrubbery, lots of trees, lots of bushes.
Let's see, everything was on the
animals that
left
use
side
camouflage
earlier,
to
so it's all
protect
going to be on
themselves.
the right
Some are going to
side.
play a little game of hide and go seek with them. But I believe in us, my friends. I think we can do it. And already over there to your right-hand side, back there by the bushes, is the okapi. Now, if you've never heard of the okapi before, that's okay. You're probably not the only one. In fact, Westerners didn't even know they existed until 1901. Now, the okapi has that black and white stripe pattern on its legs, and you may have thought to yourself, man, that looks an awful lot like the zebra. But friends, they're not related. In fact, the okapi is the only known relative of the giraffe. They share many similarities, one of which is their prehensile tongue. Prehensile is a fancy word. That means they can pick stuff up with their
Rhinos on the
tongue.
left earlier.
Now, everybody, if we look over to our right-hand side here, there are two animals. The first one is this saddle-billed stork. That's this bird. And then way up there in the back is the greater kudu. It's kind of hiding
see the
back there,
kudu
but
ears.
it is definitely there. The saddle-billed stork is named for its bill. It can make a pretty distinct rattling sound with the bill. And when it hunts,
our
it will do
rhino
one of
is
two
back
things.
way over
It'll either
here.
stand
Stop.
incredibly still in an effort to take
they don't
its prey by
see him.
surprise, or it will purposefully
There he
disturb
is.
the water to draw its prey to it. Now, the greater kudu back there is a pretty amazing animal. It has that white stripe pattern on its back. That helps it camouflage.
bongos
Speaking
on
of
the
white
right.
stripe pattern on their backs, over here to your right-hand side is the bongo. They also have that white stripe pattern.
See if we can see the bongos.
For the same reason. Now notice the bongo have horns. All bongo have horns, but not all of the greater kudu do. Only the males do. They can be 4 to 6 feet in length, fully grown, and they'll use them to establish dominance while spying. So that meant the greater kudu we saw up there in the bushes was a lovely lady. Now, the way we tell male and female bongos apart is based on the color of their fur coat. A male bongo has a slightly darker rust color coat than its female counterparts. And they share a nickname with the okapi.
Anybody over
They are
there?
both nicknamed the ghosts of the forest for their more reclusive behavior. So we are lucky to see both of them out there today. All right, friends, I think our safari is off to a wonderful start. What do you think?
Woo!
Yes, I agree. We've already seen so many animals out there, and now we're heading towards the Safi River, home to our more aquatic species, or just some animal friends that like to hang out by the water. So let's see if we spot any out here, and I do. Yes, I spy with my little eyes some pink-backed pelicans hanging out here to your right-hand side. The pink-backed pelicans get their name from their pink backs that they have
pelicans
during
really good
mating
last time.
season. Very romantic of them. Now, friends, I believe there are also some hippos sleeping down here in the water. They kind of look like rocks because they're sleeping under the water, but they are right there. There are two of them.
Some boats.
Now, the pink-backed pelicans also
Hard
are the
to see
only
from here.
pelican
We'll see if
species
the bloat's
to
over here
nest
on the
indoors.
left again.
All right,
The
let's
bloat
talk
had
about
been
those
over
hippo
here.
friends. There's a whole bunch of them over here to your left-hand side.
There they are.
And the ducks as well, of course.
Quack, quack.
Now, these are Nile hippopotamus. That name comes from the Greek word meaning river horse. And that's a very good name for them because they spend a lot of time there in the water. They will run on the river's floor and they will sleep fully submerged underwater, which is all the more impressive when you learn that they can't breathe underwater. And so, how do they do it? Well, they will simply come up to take a breath every few minutes or so and then sink right on back down, all while remaining asleep. Now, a group of them, like we just saw back there, is called a bloat, and a full-grown hippo can weigh the same as a small car. So they are quite large animals, and I think there's more of them sleeping there to your left-hand side. They are nocturnal, which means that they are most active at night. So they probably just started to sleep for the day. All right, you may have spotted it already. If you haven't, you'll see it here in just a moment once we get moving again. But there are some Nile crocodile over there to your left-hand side. There's 2 of them, I believe. 3 of them, actually. There are 3 of them. One of them is in the water, and the other 2 are further back. Nile crocodile are the largest species of crocodile in Africa. Oh, there we go.
In this next area.
Those guys can be 16 feet long, fully grown, my friends.
Oh, there you go.
And we know them for their big toothy grins and their sharp teeth. But they can be pretty gentle when they want to be. In fact, a Nile crocodile will aid in the hatching of its own eggs by putting them into their mouths. They also are not big snappers. A Nile crocodile will eat up to half of its body weight in one sitting, which means it only needs to eat about 1 meal a week. And friends, I don't know if I could do it. I personally love the snack far too much, but if it works for that Nile crocodile, all the more power to it.
Bumpy ride. Bumpy, bumpy, bumpy. Cool.
Alrighty, everybody. We
Built
are
to
now
be
heading
bumpy.
to my personal favorite part of the safari. We're heading towards the savannah. Now you're going to notice a pretty distinct change of scenery out here. Gone are those densely shrouded forests, and here we are entering the wide open grassy plains. So what does that mean for our animal friends that live out here? Well, it means that safety in numbers is going to be the key to success because there are not as many places to hide out here. Camouflage doesn't really have a purpose. So I like to say that means they have all conquered the art of teamwork makes the dream work out here on the savannah. And so if there is one of something, there's probably more hanging around close by, so keep your eyes open.
Wrong direction, sorry guys.
And considering we're backed up a little bit, I think that means there's definitely animals out here. I actually already see one. It's gonna be to your right-hand side. These are the wildebeest. Now, wildebeest are the second most densely populated mammal on the planet, second only to the human race. And every year they will have a migration where 1.5 million of them will come together to cross the plains of Africa at once. They've really taken teamwork makes the dream work. Seriously. Now, they are also nicknamed the New for the sound that they make. They make a sound that kind of sounds like that. All right, further ahead now are the Hartman's mountain zebra. We're about to pass them here in just a moment. A group of zebra are called a dazzle. And just like each of us has our own unique fingerprint, each zebra has its own unique stripe pattern. And it might be hard for us to tell the difference, but baby zebra definitely can. They will imprint on their mother at birth, memorize her stripe pattern, and that is how it will recognize her.
There's another one all by itself. I got a little cranky this morning.
A lot.
Now everybody, if you look to your left-hand side, there is an African painted dog over there. We'll pull over here to get a better view, but the African painted dog is named for the paint splotch type pattern on its fur coat. Oh, there's a few of them. There's another one out there sitting by the rocks. Now, they might look really cute and cuddly, but they're also the most successful predator in Africa. They best even the lion in terms of efficiency when they hunt, my friends. So I say that they are tiny but mighty.
tiny but mighty.
All right, we have a whole bunch of animals coming up, so look over
Yeah,
the
we
left
are
side.
gonna be on
We're
the
gonna
right
rapid
side,
fire
or
here.
the-
The first one, way in the back, is the sable antelope, tallest antelope on our reserve. The second one here is the
Lots of
Ankole
animals.
cow, also known as the Watusi cows. The third one here is the giraffe, the Maasai giraffe to be specific, and then the fourth one is the eland. Oh my goodness! All right, let's rapid fire these facts. All right. So, the sable antelope, that was the first one we saw. Tallest antelope on our reserve and a little bit of a celebrity. They are the emblem of our reserve, my friends. They are on all of our Harambe Wildlife Reserve signs, and that's because of their courage and bravery. They don't stand down from a fight. They're very strong-willed, and we like to say we are inspired by them because here on this reserve,
Check off
we
like
don't stand
5
down from
different
our fight
things on
against
the
poaching
spotting
and other
guide.
threats to our beautiful environment and all the animals that live there. All right, that second animal we passed, the one with the really big horns, was the Ankole cow, also known as a Watusi cow for the tribe that first domesticated it. Those horns of theirs are very large, but they're not solid all the way through. In fact, they have a honeycomb shape on the inside. Now, we're going to bounce back. We're going to skip the giraffe, and then we're going to come back to the giraffe because they're right here. The eland was the other one we passed. The eland is the largest antelope on our reserve, and they can jump really high. They can jump up to 5 feet in the air from a standing position. All right, now let's talk about the giraffe because, friends, I spot a baby giraffe. Everybody
Get the baby
say,
giraffe because I won't be able to see him when we turn.
yes. Let's pull over here to get a better view. That's a baby. Oh my God. He's coming to us.
Oh, he's gonna block our path. That's gonna be about as good as you get.
You feel really tall.
Say good morning, giraffe.
Morning, baby giraffe.
All right, my friends, these are the Maasai giraffe. We know that from the shape of their spots. Different giraffe species have different shaped
the name
spots.
of the
Maasai
giraffe.
giraffe spots are kind of rugged around the edges. They don't really have a harsh defined line,
Somebody in
whereas
the
other
chat.
giraffe species do.
Tucker.
Now, a group of giraffe are called a tower.
Moving on.
That is because of their height, of course. They are the tallest land mammal. And they are perfecting the power nap.
That was a good crazy viewing there because that's probably the most animal I've ever seen that dense on the safari.
Way back up on that hill over there to your right are these springboks.
And we won't be able to see the
tame
springbok,
antelopes
so I'm
hanging
not
out over there. They are the
gonna.
smallest antelopes on our reserve. I say they kind of look like s'mores. They
Thanks,
have
not so
that
scary.
tan top, white belly, and little black line in the middle. Now they can do this thing called pride camp, which
was
is
a
where
lot
they
of
run
animals
and
really
jump
close
at the
together.
same
Yeah.
time.
That was-
They can catch some serious air
We
when
don't
they
always
do that,
get
much
that
like
good
the
of-
eland. They can jump incredibly high.
I feel like the eland
Good
are
guess.
almost harder to see. Like they hang out like in the shade.
Oh my goodness, friends, we saw just about every animal out here on the savannah today. And now we're heading towards elephant territory. Now, of course, I can't promise that we'll see an elephant out there
Like,
today,
we'll see if they're
but
still
they are
out
known
or-
to frequent these parts, so
They
keep
might
your
be.
eyes
The other
open.
yard might be out
Hopefully we'll
because they
spot
were-
one.
So we'll see if we see anything in the first yard because they were putting hay out in the second yard when we came by before.
Alrighty, friends, I lied. We are absolutely going to see an elephant today, so I do promise
they are
you we'll
sitting
see
out
them.
here.
There's 2 of them.
We'll see if
They're
I can
gonna
get
be
a
over
view
here
for you
to the
guys, but they're gonna be on the
right-hand
right.
side. So these are the African elephants.
She just waved.
Now, African elephants are pretty iconic, if I do say so myself. And something really iconic about them
No
are
baboons.
their trunks.
Yeah.
There were no
I
baboons
say
out.
that an
The
elephant's
mandrills.
trunk
I think they're mandrills.
Is
Yeah.
super powerful.
It's Rafiki.
And
I
that
just
is
can't ever- I
because
just wanna
there
call
are
them a
more
baboon.
muscles in that elephant's trunk than all of us sitting here on this truck combined, my friends. So what does that mean for the elephants? Well, it means that they can do an awful lot of things with their trunks. They can pick stuff up, put stuff down, they can eat, they can drink, they can breathe, they can knock stuff over, and they can make that trumpeting sound that I'm sure you are familiar with. But friends, trumpeting is not the only way in which an elephant communicates with each other. They also communicate through a series of low grumble and rumble noises that are actually too low for our human ears to pick up. So that means if we ever see a few elephants hanging out, just like we did back there, and we don't hear them trumpeting, they might still be having a conversation. They could be gossiping for all that you know, my friends.
They'd be
We're
gossiping.
just not privy to their
They're talking bad
conversation.
about us.
And friends, we're still in elephant territory, so hopefully we'll keep seeing some
See if
more
we
of
see
them
some
while
more
we're out.
elephants, but figure out why the exposure keeps going crazy. I even did it on manual and it still didn't like me. New phone, new camera.
Alrighty, as we pass under this bridge here, I want you to pay attention to the red clay. Red clay is super important to those elephants that we saw. They eat red clay, friends. That is because it is nutritious for them. It's yummy in their tummies and it's good for their health. And you may actually see some of their tusk marks in the red clay right there to your right hand side. They've probably been munching on it recently.
Alright, let's see if there's anybody out in this yard. They were feeding earlier. They were putting out hay in this yard, so nope, I still, well.
Now, African elephants live in matriarchal herds. Matriarchal is a fancy word that means predominantly female. In fact, male elephants, when they reach adulthood, will often wander off all by their lonesome. Sometimes they'll form herds of all male elephants. We call those bachelor herds, my friends. But more often than not, if you see an elephant walking alone in the wild, it is probably a guy. Now, I also want to point out these super awesome trees that we're passing to your right-hand side. These are the baobab trees. They're nicknamed the trees of life because of their ability to go leafless for up to 9 months out of the year, thanks to how much water they can store in those massive trunks of theirs. They're also nicknamed the upside-down trees because, well, they kind of look like they got stuck in the ground upside down with the roots on top.
Pretty water. Ducks.
All right, everybody, take a look to your left-hand side. We are about to pass some greater flamingo. Now, the greater flamingo get their name from their size. They are the largest species of flamingo in
I still love to
Africa.
keep her in her natural habitat.
And that pink color in their feathers comes from the beta-carotene in the shrimp that they consume. And there's another elephant back there as well, my friends.
Way back there in the back. Uh-huh. Well, he's still eating from that same hanging.
Alright, pop quiz time. Does anybody know what a flock of flamingo are called?
Yeah, we cheat, we know. We're animal people, we know things like that.
I think they are very flamboyant. I think it's fitting.
Well, okay, we knew it before that, though.
We did.
I think, maybe.
Did you pass that on the test?
Yeah, if it was multiple choice, I wouldn't have been able to spell them.
And there's that elephant again to the left.
See him way back there.
Alright, also to your left-hand side is a mud wallow. I know. We just saw elephants and flamingos and giraffes. Why are we talking about mud? Well, it's actually really important to those elephants and rhino. They will roll around in mud. That helps them cool off. Elephants also can use their ears to regulate their body temperature. It also acts as a natural form of sunscreen and bug repellent, because the elephants don't want to get bug bites or sunburns either. They're just like us, my friends.
We're gonna see the cheetahs will be the next thing that we'll see if we can see here.
The water buck is still over here tormenting the cheetah.
Probably. No, there he is. He's way big there. Let's see if you guys can see him.
Alright, my friends, over to your left-hand side over there, that is a cheetah walking around. Now, cheetah are the smallest of the big cat species and the only one that cannot roar. Instead, it communicates in chirps and purrs, much like a house cat.
We like the giant house
They
cat.
also are the fastest land mammal. They can run up to speeds of 60 miles per hour, so they can practically keep pace with your car on the freeway. They also are the only cat species that cannot fully retract their claws.
No, the water buck was standing like up on that hill like taunting, and we don't normally even see the water buck, so I don't know where the rhinos went. They may be on the other side because they were coming out of there last time. We will. definitely some backup on the. They had been up on that rock.
Hold here for a second, because the truck in front of us has stopped. Oh, they're back to the tree.
They had been up on that rock right there earlier, but it looks like they must have migrated their nap time to somewhere else.
All right, my friends.
Oh.
Look at this over here. There's an ostrich hanging out over here.
We have not seen an ostrich very much.
And
So.
the white rhino, we found them. All right, we're gonna go super, super slow here by this ostrich. Looks like it's enjoying its breakfast.
We've done that before at the safari parks.
And also, friends, to your left-hand side are the lions. Oh my goodness, we have so many animals to talk about. All right, let's talk about the lions and then we'll circle back. So, we were talking about the cheetah, and we said the cheetah can't roar. Well, the lions definitely can. A lion's roar at full volume can be heard up to 5 miles away. Now, lions live in groups called prides, and in a pride, the female lions do the majority of the hunting, mainly at night, while the male lions will stay behind to protect the future of that pride, which are the cubs, of course. Now, the ones we have here, one is a male, that's the one with the mane, and then the other
There
one
is one up top. I don't know if I can see it because of the sun in my eyes.
lions have manes. Alright, now let's talk about the ostrich we just saw.
That fact is actually.
Ostrich are the largest flightless birds.
I'll share the fun fact that Topeka, Kansas did have some females that actually grew
Friends, to your
manes.
left-hand side over here are some warthogs. You might recognize them. Pumbaa from the Lion King is a
they are.
warthog. They are one of the largest burrowing mammals in Africa. Those are
We are getting all the animals today.
To do that. And when they feel threatened, they will stick their tail straight up in the air and run around, and that alerts their fellow warthogs of whatever's got them all riled up. And now over here to the right-hand side is a better view of
Our
those
driver's
rhino.
going to be out of
These
breath.
are the white rhino. They are very social animals. They love to hang out together, and they are very hard of vision. They can't see very well, so they will rely on those cone-shaped ears of theirs to protect themselves because they can't wear contacts or glasses like
get a
we
very
can.
good view of those, the rhinos.
They're also poached for the keratin in their horns. That's the same substance as in your fingernails and hair. So one of our missions here on the Wildlife Preserve is to help regrow their species, as they are unfortunately an endangered animal today. Now over there to your right hand side are also some ostrich eggs.
Oh, I said it earlier. So I said earlier that the judge of the good safari drivers, if she mentions or doesn't mention the fake ostrich eggs.
Of your face, my friends, which is quite a big difference.
She's been good though, so I'll give her a pass. We had lots and lots of animals on this one. We're getting close to the end, guys.
Alrighty, friends, we have one more stop to make here on our safari today. We are going to pass by the warden's post. Now, the warden has some furry friends that often hang out over here, and I see them there this morning. To your left-hand side, my friends, these are the Nigerian dwarf goats. And they are excellent climbers. They climb on just about anything. They also are great at eating all of those weeds and other plants you don't want in your garden. I also want to point out that yellow triangular shaped box hanging there in the middle of the yard. My friends, that is no ordinary box. That's a beehive, everybody. And that beehive has a really fascinating story behind it. So let me take you back a few years.
I was trying not to pay attention to
right
it.
here on our very reserve, our scientists made a really interesting discovery about those African elephants. They learned that, like many of us here, I'm sure, those elephants get very nervous around bees. How many of you get nervous around bees?
Yes, I get nervous.
Yep, me too. I don't want to get stung.
I don't like
and
bees.
neither do the elephants. But friends, what does that have to do with the beehive? Well, in Africa, friends, the farmers were having a problem. They could not keep the elephants out of their crops and fields, and they were trying to find a way to encourage them to go somewhere else without physically harming them or moving them. So they teamed up with our scientists to form the Elephants and the Bees Project. It's amazing, my friends. You should really look it up. But in short, they put a whole bunch of beehives like the ones you saw back there into those farmers' crops and fields. And now the elephants stay away because they are afraid of those bees. And that is a win for the elephants because it protects them from other, shall we say, less ethical means of removal. It's also a win for those bees because it gives them a safe place to
Our nice waterfall.
And it's a win for the farmers because
Get the
their
left
crops are
waterfalls
safe.
instead of
So
the right
this
ones
goes
this
to show
time.
that conservation efforts really do make a difference for every species involved. involved. And we can all make our own conservation efforts, anything from recycling those old reusable materials to using a refillable water bottle to simply turning the lights off when you're not at home. Goes a long, long way in protecting our beautiful planet and everything that lives
I mean, we can
there.
go that direction if you want
Now,
to.
I don't know if I have any wilderness explorers on board today, but if I do, you have been on the Symbol 1. So don't forget to go get your safari badge
I would
after we
probably
exit
put the
because our
harness on to
safari
do it just because
has
I don't
come
want
to
it.
a close.
You can
Now,
hold it,
tell
but I
you
would rather
goodbye, but I don't like
not.
that word. It's far too sad and far too final. So instead, I am going to tell you Quaharini. Quaharini means to go well. So Quaharini, my friends, go well, go
Quaharini.
wild, go make a difference, and go have a magical rest of your day here in the animal kingdom. My name is Jordan. I'm from Arizona, in case you were wondering. I sure hope you had a good time out there, and I hope the rest of your day is positively magical.
Thank you. Yay!
You're welcome. All right, my friends. Well, thank you. Watch your hands, arms, feet, and legs. Those doors are sliding back open, and watch your step as you exit. Quaharini, everybody. Thanks for joining me today.
Oh.
Let's go, baby.
And off we go. Oh. All right, that was safari number 2 of the morning. We're glad we jumped on it again because the wait time has popped up now to 60 minutes. So we're glad to do it. But welcome in, everybody. I know there have been a lot of folks that have joined. Lots of subscribers that have subscribed. Lots of new people. Really appreciate everybody coming in and joining us on our fun and craziness for today. We don't really have plans for today, so we're going to be all over the place. So if you have anything you're interested in seeing, let us know. We may be able to make it happen. Do we want to go ahead and do the Gorilla Falls Exploration Trail? Okay. What time did oh, you got pins. What time did Rafiki's open? Or we?
I don't know. Do we want to do that, or do we want to try to get dinosaur while it's still low?
I mean, we can if you want to go over there. So she's discussing whether we want to go ahead and do. Hold on, let me switch the camera modes out here. It's getting a little bit shaky. All right, really appreciate everybody stopping in, hanging out with us. I am David, I guess, your host or whatever. Rebecca went to go get the scooter, so you want to see her? Man, I'm really close. I'm also really wet and hot because it's me. All right, so we're going to switch back to the proper camera.
I believe this is a huge thing.
All right, so I think we're headed toward Dinosaur because it was still low. Of course, it's the trek all the way back across the park, but
Well, it's not really worth a long wait, so I don't want
that's
it to
true.
go up.
Yep.
And
Nope. You're right.
It's about to go away, so I'd rather go hit it while it's low.
Okay. Yep. You are correct on that. We can go hit it, and then we can come back from that side, and we could do Everest single rider. We'll see what we're gonna do. Okay, I would say hello to everyone, but I'm so far back in the chat and so far off. I'm just going to say hello, everyone. I know I saw Pete in here. I saw Matthew. I saw Not So Scary Mary. I saw Matthew Kent. Matthew, I think you were here early on. I saw Theme Park Giant Thad, the ultimate theme park giant. I see Park Bros.
That's not helping.
I see 10-minute travel. Welcome in, everybody. Hope you're having a good day today. If I missed welcoming you, I apologize. If I missed thanking you to subscribe, I apologize. I've gotten a bunch of notifications. I'm slightly in awe this morning of the people that have joined us. We're typically used to 10 to 12 people person streams. Are we on? Which way are you going?
I don't know. Which way do you want to go?
Well, we probably can go straight across, but the problem is because they've got the dig now closed, you have to kind of, we probably, I don't know. I was looking whatever had less people.
I don't care. I'm rolling.
So welcome in, everybody. As an FYI for everybody, the user Emperor Cusco is a bot. I probably could have named him better to make sure to know he's a bot. So if you try to say hello to Emperor Cusco, he won't say hello back. But he will greet you when you come in and chat. So if you want to have Emperor Cusco say hello to you and be honored by having Emperor Cusco say hello. But we're headed over, it sounds like we're headed to Dinosaur. I'm just following Rebecca at this point. She's scooting on away, way ahead of me. Not way ahead of me, she's right here, but ahead of me. We'll head over to Dinosaur. I do think I'm probably going to use the chest mount for Dinosaur. I know that I can technically do it with the gimbal, But I just don't feel like I have enough problems on Dinosaur. Dinosaur's like my backbreaker. But we're also going to check pins as we go.
I'm just trying not to be run over by a beverage cart.
You try. Sometimes we fail, but the Yoda's cute. There's also the cat, but there's always the cat.
Do you want to see if there's a photographer down here real quick?
I don't see one, but we can go down here just to show it to folks. So this is like, I feel like this is a like secret hidden area that really shouldn't be secret hidden. If you want the best picture you're going to get at Animal Kingdom of your family or of you in front of the tree, it is from this angle right here. This is the angle right here. Yeah, I'm just going to set it down and we can go stand in front of it. Hold on. The exposure might not be great, but I'm not going to take a picture of it. The hair. She's staring at my hair. Selfie. Alright, let me actually, while we're sitting here, let me just be weird and go ahead and put the chest mount on since we're stopped, because I'll need to stop anyway. So hang in with us.
Have a pretty view of the tree for a minute.
Pretty view of the tree for a moment while I stick the chest mount on. It won't take any time to stick on. I just was like, I can go ahead and have it on, and then it'll be a whole lot easier to.
Yeah, that was the problem. Avatar and Navi are down.
Oh yeah, Avatar and Navi both being down would not
Which
be.
Dinosaur was 5, now it's 15. By the time we get over there, it's
Oh, wow. Let's get that in that pocket. Continue charging that here in a second. Okay. Didn't take super long to get the chest mount on. Oh. Sorry guys, we were pausing there for a moment so I could get the chest mount on so that when we get to Dinosaur, because you don't, at least as far as I know, you don't need a chest mount for Dinosaur, but it's rocky enough. Now granted, that's going to make it really rocky for you guys, but alright, we are headed toward Dinosaur. It sounded like it was at 5 minutes, but she said it just went up, so my wait times may be a little bit behind. I may need to check my interval on that. But we are at the Animal Kingdom, making the long walk now to Dinosaur. They've also changed the way that you... Yes, that. 100%. People heard the theme park giant was in the chat, and so they had to come see what you were going to say. Because there's never any telling what the theme park giant might do. No, it's really just that because you decided not to stream this morning. That's why we've got like 100 people watching. If you had streamed this morning, I would have like 2 people. And some of them would be my mom. So it's all thanks to you, Thad, for not streaming this morning. But welcome in, everybody. Thanks for hanging out with us at Animal Kingdom. We are making the mad dash across to try to get to Dinosaur because from what it sounded like, both Flight of Passage and Avatar were down, which means the wait times are going to be awful for the remaining open rides. But definitely hang out in the chat, say hello to everybody, chat while I'm not paying attention to the chat. Park Bros in the chat, Lawrence. I did see you earlier. Must have been the first show. You're gonna go across?
So...
That must have been the first bird show. But, ooh.
I did love that. That is probably one of my favorite parts.
No, Lawrence, we are not staying on site this time. We just couldn't get the same discounts we had gotten last time. Like, we're cheapos, so we're all-star folks. And I was fine with, paying like $110 a night at the all-star resorts, but $200 a night is a bit much. So we're staying at the Comfort Inn and Suites East Main Gate, one of those. It was kind of a slam dunk at like $60 a night. Not a luxury hotel by any means, but it gets the job done. But again, appreciate everybody coming in, watching, hanging out with us. Whew. I am all sorts of hot and sweaty. We're walking toward Dinosaur. The reason I'm going fast is because Rebecca is now behind me on the scooter, but she will catch up because scooter has wheels. Yeah, I don't, because it was, Lawrence, because it was our first year being annual pass holders, it was also the first time we had ever stayed on site. So I don't think I quite realized how good of a deal we had been getting earlier in the year. So now that we're not getting that deal, I'm like, yeah, I can't do it. So we'll be back for this trip. We'll be here this whole next week. Then we'll be back again for another week in November. And then our final week before our annual pass runs out is December. I expect we'll probably stay off-site each time. I hate it because I do really like being on site. Not as much for the transportation as it is just being in the Disney bubble. People always talk about that. So let's see, they've got, there is, it may be hard to see because of the brightness, but there is an excavator back there. 2 excavators clearing stuff. And all the traces, even already as I looked over that wall a little bit, of the Dinoland Jungle Gym, whatever it was called, are gone. This is the real problem, is that because they put up the walls and because they put the cut through, you essentially now have to walk down and around to get to Dinosaur. But, whew. Yeah, let me give you guys the joyful view of me sweating profusely again. This is what you get when you come hang out with us. Me sweating a lot. I sweat a lot. So I'll try not to show you that as much as possible. Yeah, Park Bros, that's kind of because of, we had planned on flying for most of the trips, but when we found out that Rebecca had feet problems, which is like plantar fasciitis, there's anything and everything you can have, and we realized we were going to need either a wheelchair or a scooter in the parks. You can't fly with at least the scooter we bought. You can't fly with it, and that just adds an extra complication even with the Disney transportation, trying to get a scooter on and off. And so we were like, we're just going to drive every time, and hasn't been too bad. I mean, yesterday was right at 12 hours. It normally takes us about 10 and a half, but there was rain and there were several accidents that we got in. So, I mean, from Nashville, it's not horrible, but all right. It is also a toaster right here because there's no shade and there's people everywhere. Let's check to see if my wait times have updated properly to see what Dinosaur's showing, because we were thinking it might have popped up. At least Avatar's looks like it's back up and running. Everest is looking ugly. Safari is looking, all I can tell is that they're red. I can't actually see the times. Navi's 25, Dinosaur's at 15. I will wait 15 for Dinosaur with no problem. Okay. Definitely thanks everybody coming in, watching with us, hanging out. Say hey in the chat. Thanks so much for everybody hanging out and joining us. If you liked the stream, just go ahead and hit that like button. Just hit the thumbs up. It's easy enough. It doesn't cost you anything. If you might want to follow along another day, you can always subscribe. You'll get notified, or you can get notifications. All right, there's Dinosaur. Not too much longer, and then it's going to be gone. Hey, Film Project Podcast. Yeah, I am in Antioch, just kind of south. I mean, it's technically part of Metro Nashville, so yep. Very familiar with the Spring Hill area. I used to work in Cool Springs, so very, very familiar. All right, so we'll see it showing 20. 20 is not horrible. just gotta wait on Mrs. Scooter to catch up with me. It is showing 20 with the line outside, which I don't know. Theme Park Giant or somebody else. Is it normally 20 when the line's outside? I've never actually done it when it was over like 10. So with the line outside, is that 20-ish? I mean, I think we're gonna do it regardless, just because it's probably the lower that it's gonna be, but may have to message my wife to see where she went. Let me come over here and I will find a spot to set the gimbal for a moment. Just set you guys down right here because I'm gonna get a drink of water. Enjoy the dinosaur view. Okay, 20 sounds about right. Oh, you play hockey at the Fort Ice Center. That's usually where we go to, well, Rebecca goes to give blood. We'll see. I have no idea where Rebecca went, so it's going to be a couple more minutes. But I'm just grabbing some water. I, of course, got hot and sweaty with the walk across. I'm guessing she must have stopped for pins. Granted, I think it may be 30 minutes by the time she gets here, because she stopped for pins. It's always the problem that I have told her is, you know, when we go, we need to go, and when we pin, we need to pin. Can you take that in? I can't remember. Oh, okay. Well, I was just telling them on the stream. I said, that's the problem is...
Oh, look at the way.
I forgot, you can't take it in because they have the elevator. You just have to take the elevator. Yeah, Thad said it might be about 20 minutes as long as it's not too far inside. Oh goodness, bumping up the subscriber count without even thinking about it. But thanks guys, thanks for hanging out with us. Thanks for being here. I'm gonna get plugged back into charge to keep my battery as topped off as I can. I did mention, and that's more for Theme Park Giant than anybody else, and Sierra, if she's still here, I did put on the chest mount because I plan on using the chest mount for this ride, mainly just because I kind of need to hold on. It kind of hurts my head a little bit, so I don't want to try to hold on to the gimbal. I can't remember. I don't think I've done this one since we did any streaming. Did I do it with a 360 camera, maybe? But really appreciate everybody coming in. I've got to fix my bot that over the top chats too often. But I never knew this line even went back this far. So we'll see. At least it's moving. Hey Sierra. I was just checking. I just have to be as cool as you and Thad with the chest mounts. I don't be as cool with the awesome setup. So just as I was mentioning, we've got Cruising Theme Park Guide in here, Sierra, as well as Theme Park Giant Thad, who also have amazing streaming channels. They use some amazing, wonderful technology, so check them out. Links in the bio. I know I saw Park Bros, Lawrence as well. He does a weekly podcast and also does the Monorail Report weekly that you can check out all the news in the parks. So check out all the links below. Be sure to like and subscribe all their channels and videos. They're here much more regularly than I am, so they know everything. They know all the action. They know how it goes. I love that bad. I already have my lady. I don't need to drive the ladies crazy. Bad to say probably 30 with this, so we'll see. We're okay with it.
Well, it kind of shot up.
Let me actually, I know this is going to be behind, but I'll actually start my wait time thing. It's a little bit late, but we'll see. This is kind of where we stopped walking in the line.
Excuse me, everybody. Where are you guys? Excuse me. Oh, sorry.
Hi.
I got pins.
Yeah, pins. What did you get? Something good?
I got 2 Donalds, a Wave A Disney D, and a Wave A headband.
Okay. Well, I wondered because it took you a while, and so I was like, she must have found. Okay. I was like, you must have found something good.
Well,
So.
there was a girl that was admiring the VHS, and she's like,
Okay.
oh, I love your earrings. And they're free. So I traded with her too. I got one of the Donalds from her.
But, Whew. I'm literally dripping sweat. I'm not going to show myself again as I'm dripping sweat, but I am looking forward to some air conditioning that we'll have. But yeah, we got 150 people watching with us today. Appreciate each and every single one of you guys that are hanging out with us. Feel free to chat, hang out, mention something, say hey, tell me I'm crazy. Oh, we already know that. We already know we're a little bit nutty. But definitely just thanks you guys are here. We're in line for Dinosaur. I didn't have an actual geolocation for Dinosaur. I just have Dino Land because I was lazy by the time I got to that point. I probably need to check
Not going to be active.
I probably need to check the... I'm only down to... So running the GPS on the secondary phone apparently isn't killing me too much on battery because it's only down to 86%. But... Yeah, absolutely, Lawrence. Granted, I'll say at least our goals are sometimes even a little bit different than people that are looking to bring other people content. I'm actually more just in it for, you know, having something as well to just kind of memorialize my own Disney trips because it's something, you know, every time we come back, we could come back and remember something funny that happened. Yeah, he's in Spring Hill. I was talking to him. But yeah, for me, it's also just kind of do that 10-minute travel. So we hadn't really only done a couple of streams from Tennessee. I did the zoo, I think now twice, and then I did the Tennessee State Museum. That was mostly just testing different things. There's not that there's not a lot, but there's not a lot I would deem that interesting to stream. I kind of want to do there's a safari park. I definitely want to go stream, but we do have, so we do a lot of zoos, and historically we've been married. As of Monday, we will have been married 7 years, and since we've done that, since we got married, we've been to like 60 or 70 different zoos, and so zoos has been our thing really until this year. We got annual passes in December, and so it has been kind of all on Disney since then. And so once we get done with Disney, I expect that we will transition back to doing zoos, but I really want to do the safari park. Just because that's fun, because you have a lot of animals and they pull their heads all the way into the vehicles, which is just a little bit crazy, but get my exposure down a little bit here. But so we'll see what happens beginning next year. But for this year, it's still full on Disney. We'll be back again in November as well as December. But definitely welcome in everybody. Thanks, Michael from Rhode Island, for subscribing. I know there's been a lot of people that have subscribed that I'm missing. I don't know if my chat bot is keeping up with talking about everybody, but my wife is pulling down on my shirt because apparently I'm showing some midriff because I have the chest mount on. But just a little bit of midriff. I'm just cool like all the other girls.
Well, we're in our 2020 Disney shirts, which
are super old.
Half my letters are
Let's see. Let's see. 2020 Disney shirts that we made.
I did wear this shirt a lot
when we were here. Well, we were here during COVID. But again, really appreciate everybody dropping in, hanging out with us. I'm hot, so I'm really looking forward to what we're looking at right now, that is the inside that will be air conditioning. So maybe by the time we get on the ride, I won't look like I just got out of the shower. But been streaming for about 2 hours. We started off with Safari this morning, and then we did safari again because it was only a 15-minute wait for the second time. That's kind of our threshold for just we'll do safari over and over and over and over again if it's 15 minutes. We did the second time. We saw some amazing animals. So it was really great to be able to see the animals the second time. The safari driver was hysterical because of the fact that she was trying to keep up, and she was like, oh, well, this animal, this animal, this animal, this animal, this animal. No, now let me go back and give you the facts about them. And so she was definitely out of breath by the time we got to the end. That's good to know, Sierra, that you don't technically know everyone that subscribes. I know I enabled that through the chat bot that it should shout out everybody that subscribes. So if you're not subscribed, subscribe. And if you're set up with privacy settings, it will shout you out in the chat. Yeah, Diz Jake, the safaris this morning were, the second one was really, really good. The first one we had a couple of good moments. It wasn't bad, but the second one is like the giraffes were all out right there. We saw the baby giraffe, which I guess his name is Tucker. That was what somebody in the chat said, so we'll trust the chat that the name was Tucker. But definitely check out the safaris. Take a look at the dinosaur area in here that will, before too long, become extinct, which is the slight hilarity of the fact that this is the extinction ride and this is the ride that's going to become extinct. Yeah, they don't even have all the switchbacks open in here because I guess that's the other line. But this has always been a really, really cool area in here. Really immersive. I'm interested to see how much they actually change it with Indiana Jones, because I feel like you could probably keep like all the dinosaur stuff if you really wanted to, and it could just be Indiana Jones archaeology, but I figured they'll redo the whole thing to be more like the one at Disneyland. Whew. Yeah, thanks, Troy. Thanks for coming in and hanging out with us. This is just our crazy family as we explore, and it's, you know, I mentioned earlier, to me, it's kind of like in the olden days, we would have carried a camcorder and you would have recorded stuff. I figure might as well capture the whole thing as much as I can, so. Yeah, Lawrence, I don't blame you. This is typically, I actually think the last couple times I've skipped it with Rebecca because it's kind of what I call the backbreaker, because it hurts my back every time, and I'm sure when we get off, I probably will say I will probably say I shouldn't have done it after I get off, but yeah, so there was like, I think it's either December or January, but this next switchback could be fun with the scooter. I was like, it was a little bit skinnier. It's not too bad though. But hey, we're in air conditioning. I don't care. Yeah, Thad, I wish I could say I was going to miss it. It's just too jerky for me. And what's funny is I really actually loved Indiana Jones at Disneyland. And so it's kind of weird to me because I'm like, they're the same ride system. So it's very similar. But it's just kind of like, you would think that one would have hurt my back too. Hey, Tony. Tonio Tower in the house. No Tower of Terror today, Tony. Sorry. I can't remember what day that we're gonna be there, but
Not tomorrow, because tomorrow's Mad.
it's not tomorrow. Maybe actually Tuesday, but I'm glad the audio's good, and thanks for pointing that out. The chat's rolling a little bit, so I can't see it there, but definitely really appreciate that. I wondered about the audio because I'm not using an external mic. I'm just using the built-in phone mic. I have an external mic that's in my bag that I kind of had planned on testing today, but for me, I usually just kind of keep the phone uncomfortably close to my face when I'm talking, so you guys should be able to hear me. You won't always be able to hear Rebecca, but I always try to kind of repeat whatever she says. That is true, Thad, that, you know, Dinosaur is darker, where it's like, I feel like in Indiana Jones, you can see where you're going. Thank you. They only run in one room. Yeah, I don't think this is going to be, even with the other weight, it's not going to be 20. Hard for you to get deeper in here. Just come as far as you can.
Prehistoric world will witness the most spectacular creatures. Fully controlled and a heck of a paleontologist if I do fully controlled and a heck of a paleontologist if I do say so myself. But let's not talk about Mary. It stands to reason that so myself. But let's not talk about Mary. It stands to reason that I can bring back a live dinosaur with you. I tagged him with a locator during dinosaur with you. I tagged him with a locator during an unauthorized travel. Mistake for the Cretaceous period, and I can securely locked. Access denied. It can get kind of choppy out there, so. Oh, and one more thing. Portfield and.
No, we will not. Well, I mean, we could. No, we will not. Well, I mean, we could. Somebody may say it in the chat. Parking.
Yep. Yeah, so
In the row.
Yeah, anywhere you want.
She's parking.
Yep. Yeah, so
In the row.
Yeah, anywhere you want.
She should know it by now.
But the funny thing is, the last one that was like a little speed racer, but you parked in between, and I was like, whoa! She goes, I'm testing it.
We haven't ever done this one before with the UCV, so.
And here you go.